Hello everybody, how are you today? I am so excited to be here live. I came on a few minutes early to, do the testing, make sure everything's working right. Hopefully you can hear me. If you can, let me know. It's not quite 10 o'clock, so I will wait and hopefully some people show up. This is my very first Facebook Live, and so I'm very excited about it, but I'm very nervous at the same time, so let's hope it works out. I'm trying to find myself on Facebook here. Oh, I do see myself. Yay. Okay, so how is everyone today? Weather? We have had a lot of snow here in Wyoming. I live in Sheridan, Wyoming. We've had a lot of snow here. In fact, we're supposed to get some more snow this weekend, which I'm not looking forward to because I have to do some traveling, but it is what it is. Ooh, someone's here, but I can't see with these glasses on. Hello, Sandy. Thank you so much for joining me. I probably should just take them off because the distance between myself and the camera, I can't see. Let's just take them off. Mary Ellen. Hi, Mary Ellen. How are you? I was just talking about our weather and how it's just lovely right now and we're getting even more snow, and so very exciting. I'm actually tired of shoveling snow also. I'm sure those of you that live in the States that have lots of snow can totally relate to that. We've been lucky that it hasn't been super cold, so yay for that. Thanks, Mary Ellen. Mary Ellen says, oh, that cute with my glasses. That's just really sweet of her to say that. And I would wear them, except that I can't see. Like I said, this distance between myself and this camera, so I can read your comments. I can't read that distance with my glasses on. So I actually think that I have a cataract in this eye, and I am going to see the doctor next Tuesday to hopefully get that fixed so that I can hopefully see better. So when I called to make the appointment, the lady laughed and she said, "You're awfully young for that," which I took that as a compliment because, I'm over 50 now, so I don't really consider myself too young. But anyway, I digress. So hopefully I'll get my eye fixed and then that'll make me super happy. So I guess since is it just about 10 o'clock? I think it's just about 10 o'clock. I guess I'm just going to go ahead and start, and we'll hope that if anybody else wants to join us, they'll just come in and join us later. So I'm assuming that you guys can hear me. I hope you can hear me. I feel like I'm super loud down here in my stamp room all by myself, but whatever. Oh, I did want to mention something kind of cool. The Olympics are coming up, and I don't know if you guys watch the Olympics. I love watching the Olympics. Summer, winter, doesn't matter. I like watching them. And I had a former downline member of my team whose niece is Vanessa James. Now, Vanessa James is a pairs figure skater from France, and her partner is Morgan Supre, and they are going to be at the Olympics. So that's kind of exciting. Hello, Mary. Hello, Denise. Thank you guys for joining me. I'm so excited and nervous and terrified at the same time. So anyway, I'm excited to watch Vanessa and Morgan perform at the Olympics. I don't want them to win, of course, because they're from France. Go Team USA. But anyway, it'll be exciting to actually watch somebody that I sort of have a connection to. So I know you guys have a connection to Vanessa and Morgan also because you're watching me. So yay. Okay, so Stampin' Up! It is sale-a-bration time right now from January 1st to March 31st. Or no, not January 1st. Doesn't matter. That's already passed. So through March 31st, we have our sale-a-bration promotion going on, and we have lots of fun free items for you when you place orders in my store with me during this time, or in a live class if you happen to be here with me stamping. And so we have a lot of those items. A lot of you know what they are. We have our sale-a-bration brochure. It's online. You can find it on my blog if you're not exactly sure what I'm talking about. Hopefully you do. But next week on the 16th, we're going to be releasing 3 new items, and I do have a couple of them here, so I will show them to you. Hopefully they're close. Sorry, I should have been more prepared. Okay, so we have this bundle. It's the Blossoming Basket Bundle, and it comes with this really cool 3D textured impressions embossing folder. This would be a level 2 sale-a-bration choice. And then we also have our new Springtime Foils Designer Series paper, and we're going to use these today on a project. Well, one of them anyway. Again, I apologize for not being more prepared. So here they are. Can you guys see that, I hope? And how fabulously foily and shiny they are. They're super fun. I'm very excited to use them today. Throw those back behind me. Also, starting tomorrow, February 8th, we have our Fast Fuse promotion. Woohoo! It came back. Last time Stampin' Up! Ran out, they promised us they'd bring it back. It's back tomorrow, February 8th to February 12th. If you purchase a full-on Fast Fuse, you will get 2 refills for free. I only have 1 refill here, but pretend it's 2 because you'll get 2 for free if you purchase the refill. So, or I mean, the Fast Fuse is $10. You get 2 refills free, so that's like $15 of free product. So that's amazing. Also, I personally have specials every month, and you can find them on my blog every month. And this special this month is our Petal Passion Designer Series paper. So if you place a $35 order with me in my store and use my host code for February, which you can find on my blog, I will send you 12 4x6 sheets of this paper. And this paper is amazing. It's got 2 sides. It's black and white, which makes it so versatile. You can actually color it with anything you like. This one I used our Stampin' Blends markers to do a couple of the vine strands. Here's one where the little flowers were just colored in with our Cherry Cobbler Stampin' Blends marker. This one I actually made at our on-stage convention here a couple months ago. This one uses our regular Stampin' Right markers. Here's a card that my dear friend Dina made when I was visiting her a couple weeks ago. It just uses our one of our new punches and the different patterns of the paper. And then this one, we just got a tiny little strip of the paper back here with it colored in with the Wisteria Wonder markers. So that's my free gift. And also, if you don't spend $35, I do email out you a tutorial that is full of card ideas with instructions and cutting guides and all that kind of stuff. So those are what's going on, or that's what's going on in February. So I think it's time for us to do a little bit of stamping. So I'm going to flip the camera over. So let's hope I can do this without making you guys dizzy. So here we go. If I hide you. There. Oh, I did it. Yay. Okay. So as you can see, here's my host code right here. That's my monthly host code. This is for February. So if you place orders in my store, use this host code. Unless your order is over $150, then don't use the host code and I give you all the free stuff anyway. Okay, so since it's sale-a-bration, I'm going to put my glasses back on because now I do need to be able to see. And we've got this new paper coming up. We're going to use it. Oh, pardon me. Let me get my chair out of the way. So I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer here, and this is the silver foil stripe, which is very cool. And we're going to cut ourselves a 1.5 by 4 inch piece. So you can see I've cut some off already. I've just been going in 1.5 inch increments because I was actually stamping this morning thinking, what am I going to do for you guys today? So it's 1.5. I've got my little tip of my blade here at the 4 inch mark. I'm just going to cut up. I'm going to turn my paper, put it at the 4 inch mark, come down to where I can see my line and cut that off. So now I've got my little 1.5 by 4 inch piece of paper. So now I'm kind of used to making YouTube videos, and so when I'm not actually on camera, I tend to not talk because what's the point? You know, I'm the only one listening to myself. So anyways, sometimes I'm quiet and I apologize for that. We are going to color this paper. Now you can use it just like it is, and it's gorgeous and amazing, and you will love it. Oh, hi Dina, how are you? But we're going to color it today. So we're going to take a little bit of snail adhesive and stick it on a piece of scrap paper. And now I need to find my pad. We're going to use some Pool Party ink for the card. And I have a bucket full of goodies over here. Yay, found it. So I've got my Pool Party ink pad here. And then I've got one of our sponge brayers. They come in a box, and I believe you get 3 of the sponges and a handle. So you can use them in various colors. I just rinse mine out after I use them. I don't really have any trouble with them, you know, bleeding onto the other colors. So I'm going to use my sponge brayer here, and I'm just going to ink this up. So I'm rolling it across my pad, and you'll notice I'm not just doing this because that's only going to get half of your sponge inky. And I want the whole thing inky, so I'm just going to really back and forth. So I'm just picking it up actually off the pad every time I make a pass. And it just so happens that this little piece of paper is just about 1.5 inches wide, and so, or the paper is, oh, good Lord, excuse me, I'm getting flustered. My sponge brayer is also about 1.5 inches wide. So I am going to just keep rolling over this numerous times to get that color onto the white spots. And I realize it's a little difficult for you guys to maybe see that, but it's happening. Trust me, people, it's happening. Okay, so we'll get that nice and pool partied up. Put this away because I tend to be a little bit messy and end up touching stuff that I shouldn't. Oh, goodness. And now I need to find a tissue. Hold on. I'm looking for my paper towel that I had here. Here we go. Because I'm going to wipe off the ink that may be on the silver foil streaks here. Let's see. Yep, I did get a little bit off. So that I'm only leaving the ink on the white part of the piece of paper here. And then we'll just kind of pull that off of our scrap paper. So isn't that cool? I just love that. So fancy. All right, I'm going to check my comments here and see if anyone's talking to me. I don't think so, but I'm not positive. Oh, hi, Donna. How are you? Okay, so I need a piece of Whisper White. This measures 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, and then I've got a base layer of Basic Black, which is the 4 1/2 by 8 1/2. And I'm going to adhere this little piece to the bottom of my Whisper White. Is that what I'm doing? Good Lord, you guys. Hold on a second. Let me look at my card so I can remember what I'm doing. Yes, technically it's the bottom, but it's going to end up being the side. I don't think it matters how much you prepare for something like this. You just can't prepare for everything, right? Okay, so we'll get that attached. Ooh, I think I just wiggled the whole camera. All right, we're going to fold this in half. Get a bone folder out here so I can give that a nice crisp crease. So we've got this. We're actually going to turn the card so it's like this. So it's this kind of horizontal orientation. I also have in my bucket of goodies some of our delicious shimmer ribbon. This happens to be the pool party, but during sale-a-bration, you can get a shimmer ribbon pack that includes Calypso Coral in this same size, which I believe is 3/8. Yes. The Basic Gray, which is a 1/4 inch, and the Bermuda Bay, which is a 1/8 of an inch. And they all 3 of those come in the package. So that's kind of cool. Okay, so I need a little bit of ribbon here. Snip that off. Get that out of the way. And I also normally have music on down here when I'm stamping. And so I feel like it's very quiet. Anyway, so I'm going to wrap this ribbon around to the back here of the card. And I use Scotch tape, and I know some people like to use adhesive, but I just find that Scotch tape works really well for me. It's super simple, and I can get it nice and tight. Okay, so that's going to go like that. And with these great eyes of mine, as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, I have to go see if I get my cataract fixed. Okay, so we've got that part done. Now we're going to bring in another piece of scrap paper, and we're going to do a little bit of stamping on this layer here. So where's my stamp? I'm actually using it in 2 different projects today because it is so incredibly amazing. The stamp I'm going to use, oops, glare from the light, sorry, comes from the Petal Palette stamp set. And this is in the Occasions catalog. It's also sold as a bundle with our dies that match it. And we're going to use, funny story about the dies. I made the card this morning, literally an hour ago, and I lost the die that I need to use for this card. So we're just going to wing it with another die in the set and hope that it works out. But wow, dingbat. So I'm going to use this really pretty kind of leaf image here to do some stamping on this. And I've got my Memento black ink, and I'm just going to ink this up. And then I do need a scratch piece of paper because my focal point, I don't want this to get in the way of my focal point. So this is a really beautiful scrap paper, sorry. Do that, and then we'll just kind of not re-ink it and stamp it again. Ink that up again, and then we're going to come down here and do the bottom section, again hiding, kind of masking that off so that I don't get the ink where I don't want it. So there we have it. Isn't that lovely? Okay, so I'm going to put this ink away. Look for my card again here so I know what I'm doing. All right. I now need to die cut one of our stitched circles. And by the magic of TV, I guess it's already cut. What do you know about that? So our stitched shapes, we have circles, squares, and ovals. And a lot of times I get little fuzzies on the edges of some of my die cuts, and so I just have this really super old sanding block. I believe it's used for fingernails when you get your nails done. If you have, clearly I don't get my nails done, right? So if you do get your nails done and you do have one of these blocks, take it home and use it in your stamp room. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to get my ink back out. And this particular stamp that I have here comes from, hold on, I don't have it. Again, not prepared, people. Sorry. Okay, it comes out of the Amazing You stamp set, which is part of the sale-a-bration promotion, which you can earn for free with a $50 order. So I've taken these 3 images. The You are simply amazing, and I have simply mounted them all on the same block. I just kind of squished them all together, and that's how I did that. So we're going to ink that up, make sure it's nice and inky, and then I'm going to try to sort of center this on my little die cut piece here. We'll see what happens. Mary Ellen, you said something to me, but I can't. Yes, losing things by just setting them down happens to me all the time, which happens today. All right, so we're done with our greeting piece, and now I also need a layer for the back of that, which I have back here. It is a 2.5-inch circle. And so I'm just going to attach these 2 pieces together. So it's just going to barely show any of the black around the edge, but I just wanted a little bit of a break there from it. All right, so this is going to go here, so it'll kind of cover up, you know what, actually, I'm going to do some more stamping and get around that a little bit more. All right, so we're going to bring our stamp back in and my scratch paper. And we're going to try this again. I didn't quite get it far enough out away from where the circle's going to be. So you know what? We can just do whatever we want, right? It's my show. I can do what I want. So I kind of stamped that off a little bit, and then I'm going to stamp it full strength there. Let's hope that's better. Where's my circle? Let's bring it in and look. Yeah, I think that'll work. I also need to get some right here. So how about that? Okay, now, yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. Hello, Kathy, how are you? Good to see you. It is my show, Dina, right? So funny, when we were on stage, people would come up to us and say, oh, Dina, I love your show, which was just hilarious. Anyway, okay, so we've got that done. Now I need to get the die, or use a die that I don't have anymore. Ugh. Anyway, when I'm done with this card, I'll show you the card that I made with the die that I lost. So now I need to go to my Big Shot and crop a die cut. So I'll still be here, and I'll still kind of chit-chat with you, but you won't see anything. So now I'll see is when I should turn the music on so that you guys have something to listen to besides wondering if I'm still here or not. Okay, we're going to run this through the Big Shot. Okay. All right, so this is one of the dies in the set, and actually I should have got all the dies out. And of course my die brush and my foam mat is somewhere else in this room. Ugh. Next week, I promise I will be better. I'll be a little more prepared. Well, okay, that's might not happen, so I better not say that. Okay, so here is the die cut. Get rid of the scratch paper here and brush all these little bits into the trash. Okay, so this is the die cut that we're going to use, even though it isn't the die cut that I wanted to use. I wanted to use a smaller one. So that's going to force me to kind of trim this up a little bit. So let me think here. What am I going to do with it? I think I'm going to cut off this and this. So, which I guess this is a way to show you that you can modify things, right? Okay, so, and now is when I probably should put my reading glasses on, because doing this fine detailed work does not work so well for my eyeballs. Wait a minute, that's not part of that. Good Lord. We're going to snip that off. So I'm sure that some of you have lost dies in your stamp room before. And I'm going to go back and check all these comments after I'm done here, and then I'll answer if you guys had any questions or any funny comments for me. I will respond to them, so please go ahead and leave me some. Okay, so we're going to kind of glue that right down here at the bottom. And I'm going to use some liquid glue for that. let's see, where do I want it? So I just pretty much need up here at the top. Oh, hello, Debbie. How are you? Anxiously awaiting your Stamparatus, I suppose, right? I know what you're saying. Oh, I don't think you guys can even see me. Okay, so I've got just a tiny little bit of liquid glue along some of those edges. And I'm just going to add this piece right here. Okay, and that's going to cover. Oh, got little bits from the die all over the place. We're going to put that like that. Okay, I need some Stampin' Dimensionals. Wouldn't you know it, I didn't even get any out. Oh, a stamping staple, people. Stampin' Dimensionals is a stamping staple. We must have them around us at all times. In fact, normally I have a few sheets around here that I can choose from, but I tried to clean up a little bit for you guys because normally my stamp room is a mess. Even though I'm a fairly tidy person, my stamp room was a disaster. Okay, so how's this looking so far? Anybody got a thumbs up for me on that? Hopefully you do, because I'll be sad. All right, so this we're going to layer onto our card base, our main card base. So let me just scribble some glue back here. Actually, I could be using Fast Fuse since it's on special so that you guys all want to rush out and buy it. Buy one, get one. Oh, thanks for the love, you guys. I appreciate that so much. I can't tell you how nervous I've been since I decided I needed to do some Facebook Lives. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so my final little thing for this card is going to be to add some rhinestones. And since I have 0 fingernails, I have a heck of a time getting these little rhinestones off of my sheet. So this is my tip for you guys. I like to use a piercing tool. So I just kind of dig the tip of the piercing tool underneath the die, or underneath the die, good Lord, and pick up the rhinestone. And I'll just stick that right there. So that's a large one. I'm going to take kind of one of these medium-sized ones and put it right there. And then another medium-sized one, and I'm going to stick that one there-ish. Okay, so here we go. What did you say to me, Dina? You're disastrous. Dina thinks that I'm really clean. And I mean, she's mostly right, but my stamp room is not that clean. So that's funny. Okay, so here is our first card. Yay, it's done. I did it. I'm so excited. Okay, so with that being done, I wanted to show you my other cards that I made this morning using basically the exact same supplies, okay? So here is one that I colored with Berry Burst. So beautiful. I love it. And this is the one that I actually made this morning. See this little die here? It does just this, the flower and the 2 leaves. Well, I lost it. So we had to improvise, which it's good. You can do that sometimes. And then here's another one I did with powder pink, where I put powder pink on that same paper. Did the same thing with the leaves, the die cut, everything is the same, the rhinestones, all that good stuff. So, except this one I did put some metallic thread behind that. So, yay! So this paper is so amazing. It's great just by itself, but you can add color to it so easily and just make it absolutely amazing. So that will be available next, I think it's Thursday. I think the 16th is Thursday. So on next Thursday, when you guys place your orders for sale-a-bration, you can get this paper for free. Be sure to use my host code. Okay, moving on, we are going to do another card, and we're going to use the same image, the same leaf image. Let me kind of clean this up. Let me put this die away so I don't lose it. Okay, I will need a bone folder, and I probably still need that. Okay, let me get my next box of goodies in here. Okay, so this card is going to be done with the baby wipe technique, okay? So I have some baby wipes here. They are nothing fancy. It's just a cheapo, probably even a Walmart brand. I mean, I don't spend money on Huggies, for heaven's sakes. I don't have anybody's tender bottom that I need to be concerned about. So I just buy the cheap baby wipes from Walmart. And I've just folded a couple of them in half, and I've got them in this little tray that I've had for 100 years. I'm terribly sorry, but you can't get them anymore. But I've had it for 100 years, and yeah. So, but I do need to clean off my other stamp. Grab some here. So does anybody have any big plans for Wednesday? Does anybody do anything exciting on Wednesdays? Of course, besides watching me live on Facebook. That should be your new Wednesday thing. Noon Eastern, Wednesdays. Be here, be square. Okay. So I've got the baby wipe in the tray, and I've got 3 different colors of re-inkers. I've got the Night of Navy, the Lemon Lime Twist, and the Tempting Turquoise. So I am going to just add some dots of color. I was going to try to see what my card actually looked like, but of course, guess what? Can't find it. I know you guys are super surprised about that. Well, we're just going to wing it. Okay, so we're just going to add some ink here. Lemon Lime Twist. We're going to bring that in. And you'll notice that I'm not actually putting them right together, like right next to each other. They're going to bleed into each other anyway. And so I didn't really need to do that. Put the Night of Navy in there. You can see they're already starting to bleed together, which is really cool. Some more turquoise maybe. And you can make this as big as you want. Your little spot here. Okay, I think, actually I'm going to put some more turquoise right up here. Oh, wouldn't you just know it? Well, I'm not going to answer it. I'm just going to try to hide it. Oops. Sorry, and it's going to tell me that it's it's my mother calling. So I'll call her back. Oh my gosh. Sorry, guys. That's what happens when you go live, right? Things just don't always work out according to plan. Next week, I'm going to put the phone on mute. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so I'm going to put this on. This is my piece of Whisper White. It's 3 3/4 by 5 1/4. And I'm just going to ink up my stamp here. You can kind of see. And I'm trying not to really move it too much from where it is right here, as far as the colors go. And I'm just going to stamp that. And isn't that just super cool? So then I'm going to actually kind of just tap it off into the tray to get some of that excess ink off. I'm going to turn the tray around so that I'm getting a different vantage point when I'm inking it up again. So it's not going to look exactly the same as it did the first time. Okay, and look how cool is that? And I actually have some more pieces of paper in here, or somewhere around here, that I actually wanted to stamp. Since I have this baby wipe thing here, why not, right? So I'll put it right back in the same way I did it the last time, and then I won't have to clean that one off. Do that, and I'll get this piece. So I'm going to like multitask here. I've got a swap that I have to do, and so I thought, well, I've already got the baby wipe thing all filled up here, so why not just make my swap cards while you're watching me, right? Okay. So now we're going to ink this up again, just kind of cleaned it off, and we'll do this direction. Isn't that just the coolest thing? Oh my gosh, I just love stamping with baby wipes. It's one of those things that you don't think about doing all the time, but once you get it out and start messing around with it, you just want to keep going. What other colors can I put together? Okay, so there. Now I won't make you watch me do my swaps anymore because that's kind of rude. So we'll throw those up here. We'll be done with those. Okay, so we'll bring this back in. And I am trying to find my card. Oh, as usual, it's right in front of my face. That's what happens with everything down here. I set it aside and then I can't find it. Okay, so I don't need this leaf stamp anymore. I'm going to set that aside. So this is what I have so far. Super simple. Nothing high-tech or fancy about that. I've got a Night of Navy card base that I'm going to use for my card. So we'll go ahead and fold that in half. It's the standard 8 1/2 by 5 1/2. Let's see. Thanks, Mary Ellen. And I don't know, you guys. I've got my iPad here, and I'm trying to see my comments, and I can't really see all of them. Oh, and of course, my volume is up, so nobody wants to listen to me talk twice, I'm sure. Okay. So, like I said, I will go back through, and if you guys had any questions or anything like that, I will answer them later, because I'm just not really, I'm not ready to multitask yet. Part of the problem is with my glasses, I can't really see what you guys are saying on my phone. So, hopefully I can get my eye fixed, and then I won't have this problem anymore. I don't know, but I've heard from other people that when you get a cataract fixed, it actually makes your vision 20/20. So that would be kind of cool, because I have never had 20/20 vision in my entire life. So we'll see. Maybe that's just a fallacy that I heard somewhere. I'm not exactly sure. All right, so we're going to add this to the front of the card, the 3 1/4 by 5 1/4, and then this little strip over here is like 3 1/4, 3 1/4-ish by, oops, That's my card I've been looking at to make sure I do this right. All right. Now I've got some punches here, and you know what? I just realized I was looking around for my 2-inch circle punch this morning before this Facebook Live, and I couldn't find it. Can you believe that? Barb couldn't find something in her messy stamp room. Oh, yay, here it is. Okay, sorry for all that confusion and noise, but I need a scrap of white to do a greeting on, so we'll find a scrap here. I think that size will work. And we're going to bring the stamp set back in. It's a double stamp set, and we're going to use this greeting here. This is "Life is so much better with you in it." Okay, I need a block. Okay, so we'll get this on here. Boy, I tell you, these eyeballs of mine are just, it's terrible. I didn't realize that I even had this possible cataract until a couple months ago. I remembered, I'd be walking around my house and I'd be thinking to myself, oh my gosh, my glasses are dirty. And so I'd clean them off and I wouldn't think anything else of it. I'd keep going about my business, and then the next day would come along and I'd be, oh gosh, my glasses are dirty again. And I'd keep cleaning them. Well, one day, a couple months ago, I was heading to Gillette, Wyoming for a swim meet that my daughter was involved in. And I had cleaned my glasses before I left, trying to search for some Night of Navy cardstock here, a scrap. So I cleaned my glasses before I left. And as I'm driving down the interstate, I realized that I can't really see that great out of my right eye. So I'm thinking, what the heck? I just cleaned my glasses before I left. Well, I tried covering up, my right eye with my hand. And I mean, what I was seeing was crystal clear. I couldn't believe the difference. Then I covered up my left eye and it was cloudy, like kids had put their fingerprints all over my glasses, and I was looking through smudgy kid prints. So that's when I knew I had a problem. So here we go. I guess I am getting a little bit old. Okay, that's the greeting. We stamped it in Tempting Turquoise. I cropped it with a 1.5-inch circle punch. Then this is the 2-inch circle punch. And I'm also going to put some, where is it? My silver metallic thread. So I've got this little silver metallic thread here. Oh goodness. It's so tiny and skinny, and I am so blind right now. But thankfully, I have a piece of tape on the top of this that I keep, so I can keep it in place. So that's going to be very helpful. Okay, I'm going to like wiggle some of this or wrap some of this along the back. And this is actually where I do use my fast fuse. That is, if you can find your fast fuse, then you would be able to use it. Normally it's right back here. Well, this is unfortunate because I like to use fast fuse when I do this, but it looks like I'm not going to be able to because it's lost. All right, we're going to use snail, which will probably work, but the fast fuse is just like a little bit heavier duty adhesive, so it does stick a little bit better. Okay. Oh, hi, Tanya. How are you? I'm trying to read your comment. Cataract surgery is a breeze. Oh, yay. Thank you so much, Tanya. I've actually been kind of dreading it, and I'm kind of scared. I mean, the thought of somebody lasering my eyeball freaks me out. So I'm glad to hear from somebody who's had it done and that it wasn't a big deal. Because I've actually been putting it off, but of course thinking, oh, maybe it'll get better. Yeah, I don't think that cataracts get better, right? Oh, my word. I'm hoping that's not my mother again. Anyway, we're just going to kind of wrap this back and forth along the back here. Yeah, next week I am definitely turning my phone off, people. I am so sorry about that. Okay. I'll get that. So you can see I'm just kind of randomly wrapping this around. And I know other people do this different ways. Some people wrap it around their hand and then they just slop it back there. And I can't do it. I wish I could. I'm just so, the word is anal, but that sounds like a really bad word, but I just am. And so I want it to be the way I want it to be. And I don't know. Anyway, so that's how I do it. I just kind of wiggle it, wrap it sort of back and forth, figure eight style on the back. And so then when you look at the front, hopefully it looks good. All right, so I have a tiny little thumbnail so I can press the thumb into those little backing pieces on the dimensional there. All right, oh good Lord, now I have to see if my greeting is going to be straight. I tell you, this eye problem is a problem. Oh yay, you guys, thank you so much for the love. I appreciate that so much. Okay, I need my rhinestones back. Here they are. And I'm going to add some rhinestones to the front of this. Let's see, we're going to go medium size right there, large right there. Word is perfectionist. Thank you, Mary Ellen. That sounds a little bit better than anal, right? All right, I'm gonna stick that up there. Okay, so there it is, my baby wipe card for this Facebook Live. Yay! And here's my other one. So you can see, I mean, they're different. Just depending on where you end up getting the drops of ink on your baby wipe, you will get different, they'll look different every single time. So we've got those. We had our other fabulous cards that, oh my gosh, that I've lost. Well, here's one of them. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I realized it was only about a half an hour, but I just didn't know what to do or how it was going to go along. So I'm only on here for a half an hour. I would love if you need to order some supplies, if you'd order them from my store at shoppingwithbarb.com. Here's my monthly host code. You can find it on my blog. Thank you guys for the love. I appreciate it so much. Maybe I'll flip you back around and let's see here. Here I am. Here I am. Yay! Bring my chair back in. Okay, so now I might be able to actually answer some questions if anybody has any, because I can sort of see the screen now. And I also have to remember to keep looking at the lens. So the lens is right here. But a person, you just want to look at yourself. You want to see if your hair's messed up. Did I get mascara under my eyes? No, stop that. Look at the lens, because you want to look at the people. I want to look at my people. So anyways, I guess that's it for me, you guys. Thank you so much again for joining me today. I appreciate it so much. And join me next week, next Wednesday, same place, same time, noon Eastern time on Wednesdays for more Facebook Live. And go Team USA. All right, guys. Bye-bye.